So for those of you who I haven't met, my name's John Zenardelli, and I'm the president of Asbury, and I was extremely pleased to be asked by Kara Todd-Hunter to be with you today at this really exciting and joyful time. And so I'm here to provide you with a few words of greetings. Today we're here to graduate, honor, and celebrate those who successfully completed the Level 1 Positive Physical Approach Leaders and Coaches class. So I would congratulate you all for those of you who made it and are here. And Kara tells me that almost everyone did, which is excellent. I'll tell you a little bit about what I know about cognitive disorders, which isn't a lot. Probably interestingly and sadly, my dad had Alzheimer's disease, and at the time they diagnosed that, and that was in 1994. When you died, they'd autopsy your brain, and he was a part of a research study, and indeed he had Alzheimer's. And so I know firsthand a little bit about this problem. The prevalence of this type of disorder, they say that if you reach 85, or at least the last time I had heard this data, that you can flip a coin, and that's about your chances of getting it and being a part of a population with memory problems. That's pretty high, and it's also pretty scary. And it's primarily Alzheimer's type disease that causes these problems. I'm not even close to being a physiologist, but I understand it's a waste clearing problem of the brain. In other words, the protein, the waste from cell metabolism can't get out. It clogs up the brain, and Peg Chabola said it probably most elegantly to a class at the University of Pittsburgh Medical School when she said that these people suffer from, in quotes, a broken brain, end of quotes. And I believe that's true. And as a consequence of their broken brains, they have various behaviors that are a result. And these behaviors affect everyone, frankly, family, friends, other residents, caregivers. And sometimes the response to these behaviors, and it wouldn't be you all from the videos that we've been watching, are inappropriate. And so that causes agitation, frustration, and anxiety on the part of everyone. And it's just a big mess. So the question is, now what? Well, we were very fortunate here at Asbury to both have Peg Chabola with us and also to have her go meet someone by the name of Teepa Snow. And Teepa, the little bit I know about her, and I've talked to her, is a remarkable person who has an interesting name and certainly a passion, and her life's mission is to develop a better approach to care for people with broken brains. And she's calling it the positive physical approach. Interestingly also, and curiously, Teepa, her brother, either is or was the athletic director in the Bethel Park school system, which is very close here to Mount Lebanon. So geographically, she was tied into us here, and we didn't even know it. So we got a grant in the amount of $25,000 from a foundation that wants to remain anonymous. I'd like to tell you who they are, but they said, don't do that. And so we were able to bring Teepa to Asbury and to adopt the positive physical approach in caring for our residents who have broken brains. The class of which a lot of you are part of that will graduate today and in whom we are very, very proud, achieved quite a bit in becoming dementia specialist coaches. I understand in talking with Peg and Kara and Erica and others, that this was a very rigorous program that required much from you as students. It required you to be dementia specialists and have the prerequisites as positive physical approach persons. You had to step up to go to the next level, to become a mentor to your colleagues. You're pioneers, actually, and you're helping us to excel in caring for people that have broken brains. I just found out that you do this not because of compensation or incentives, but because that you have a real passion for caring for people who have memory problems. And you're going to serve as the core of our program. We have decided here collectively that we're going to be an exemplary organization in caring for people that have cognitive disorders. And so you are key, no doubt in my mind. So I say congratulations to you all for making it through the program and excelling, and I would just thank you sincerely for the work that you do on behalf of our residents.
So I think one of the points that I was hoping to make today, there's two main points that I wanted to make in congratulating you guys and also letting you know how important I think what you're doing is. One point is that I kind of think this positive physical approach thing can be extrapolated and applied to everyday life. I think most of us respond better to other people when they approach us with respect and dignity. And I think the positive physical approach is just a way of forcing us to practice. And I hate to say or think that we need to practice demonstrating respect and respecting dignity, but I kind of think that we do sometimes because the work of the day gets in the way and we get so hurried. But there's a lot to the positive physical approach that applies to everyday life. Like if you were on an interview with someone, don't you think you would do really well if you looked that person in the eye and shook their hand and kind of asked how they were doing? You know, making the connection with the person interviewing you. So I think that making the connection and, again, you know, demonstrating respect and respecting dignity, I think are all important lessons that you can use in everyday life, not just to mention in this particular population. I think it's basically good manners in a way. And I think good manners sometimes get lost when we're trying to do our jobs in a hurry. I have to tell you that that's the first thing that goes out when I'm in a hurry. I have to reorient myself every day. At some point during the day, I have to remind myself that I could have done a little better. So you guys, by practicing it all the time, I'm sure that you can find in your everyday lives outside of here that the positive physical approach works for you as well. The other point that I wanted to make, and I don't think I can make this strongly enough, so listen carefully when I say that the people who best treat dementia are you guys using the positive physical approach. I have no drug, although I try to prescribe. I have no drug that can take care of the behaviors, that can reverse the dementia, that can restore quality of life and dignity to a very undignified disease. I have nothing. You guys are in sole possession of that drug. And administering that drug, quote unquote, every day with dignity and respect and making connections and finding meaning in every single person's everyday life, that is a drug that can't be replaced. The positive physical approach is also a way to demonstrate affection to these lonely, lonely people who last had affection from a spouse or from a good friend probably years before you met them. So you guys give this drug that connects them to this world in a very comfortable way, in ways that Aricept and Haldol cannot do. And the drug that works for behaviors that distress providers the distressed family members, the drug that works the best is the one that you guys deliver every day through the positive physical approach. I, as a physician, my colleagues who are neurologists, who diagnose dementia, have no idea how to treat dementia the way you guys do. You are the best drug for this disease. So I just wanted to leave you with that my prescription pad ain't gonna help a single one of those people in Willow. But what you do does. So, thanks so much for all of your hard work, and I look forward to being coached by each of you.
So we're going to start out with the dementia care specialist one. Those are the staff that have demonstrated PPA every day and are reaching a level 1. We're going to get their pictures up because we want to show pictures of all of you. The first person is Leslie Mitchell. And I want you to stay up here because we're going to take a big picture of all of you. We have something else. Leslie, thank you so much, and we have lots more work to do. The next person, and he's not here, is Jeremy Pasternak. He's probably doing meds right now, I don't know. So the next group are all our coaches, the staff that have demonstrated the ability to help mentor and work with the other staff, are what we call the low-hanging fruit. The other direct care staff that we are, in the next 2 weeks, are going to start to embrace and to encourage to help get them to where dementia care specialist level 1. So within the next 2 weeks, look for the next kickoff. We have more work to do, but today we're going to enjoy the day and we're going to celebrate. So our dementia care coach, the first one, is Lenise Butler. They've waited a long time for these shirts and for their pin. For your help. Our next coach. Good coach, all right. Ron does better on 3 to 11 than he does on daylight. Oh, we do PPA right now. There you are. Our next coach, Willow Unit, Tiffany. Tiffany's the one that keeps everybody together on that little community. Thank you, Tiffany, for all your hard work. Really. Our next coach is John. John's not here today. He did call. He hurt his back. Big John. But John is also a coach on Willow. Miss Linda Reese. Oh, Terry Slade. What's our signal there? Our next coach, Jenna Johnston from Laurel Lane. You're welcome. Thank you so much. You all give big hugs around here. Next coach, Desi. Next coach, Shauna Shue. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for everything. Margie Beck. Oh, come on, Margie. And our next coach is, oh, John, he's not here, but Amy McCluskey from Willow. She's an activities staff member who got married. And I don't know why she went on a honeymoon and didn't want to come here. But Amy is also a coach on the Willow community. So come over here, coach.